we are asking our Shaykh to send us something that is going to benefit us tonight for this month in our lives. And if we listen carefully, there is something there. If we listen to our ego, prophets can come and can say for 40 years, just like Abu Jahil and Abu Lahab, they'll see nothing. Inshallah, we listen properly, we'll put it in our lives, we can get benefit from it. That is fresh knowledge, and the knowledge that is alive for us to use, not stale knowledge. We're not here interested in stale knowledge. Now you're asking a question about jealousy. What is jealousy? To you, what is jealousy? To your own understanding, what is jealousy? Jealousy / envy, I don't want to get too with the English to be too much, because people use the language, then it becomes so beautiful that it doesn't mean anything. It's just like flowers, artificial flowers. It doesn't have any life in it. Speak simple. We can speak better than this too. We get too caught up in that. But what is jealousy? Jealousy, envy, arrogance, stubbornness, and anger. They're the 4 characteristics that we inherit from Shaitan, that we are concentrating on to get rid of it, especially in this month of Ramazan, especially. If we cannot get rid of it in this month of Ramazan, to work on that, because you see, Ramazan is not just to work on your handling hunger and handling thirst, handling the day, handling your work in the month of Ramazan. Oh, how are we going to fast so many hours? How are we going to do this? Now everyone is making fatwa to each other, so giving advice to each other, saying to each other, you know, if you cannot fast 20 hours, I'm telling you, don't fast. Take care of your health, this. They are daring to give fatwa, daring to speak. Who are you? What are your credentials? Do you know if somebody is following you and it is wrong, do you know how much fire that you're getting? But nobody has fear anymore, because everyone is talking about love. So who has fear of Allah? So these 4 characteristics that we're getting from Shaitan. But what is jealousy? What is your understanding of jealousy? You ask the question, what is the root cause of jealousy? What is your understanding of jealousy? Say.
It's difficult to say in words.
Then do sign language.
Feeling of inequality, or feeling of absence.
It's not jealousy. Be simple. Be very simple. You felt that way before, right? Obviously. That's why we are here, to get rid of it. Though we are not here to say we are safe.